Ole, obvious place to start. The press release handed out this morning. Phil Jones, confirmation he signed a new contract.
Yep.
He follows, obviously, Anthony Martial signing when you're talking to the likes of Marcus Rashford. Why is it important that you sign players to the club and get these things sorted right now?
It's a signal for the players that we believe in them. It's a signal for the supporters that we plan ahead. And Phil has been here for so long. He's won the Premier League. He's won trophies, so he knows what it takes. He was here. He's been here so long now, so it's one of them things that he knows what it takes to for us to move up the table.
You've got the chance to move into the top four.
Yep.
If you manage to win tomorrow,
Yep.
Potentially only for 24 hours, but either way, how big a statement is that about you, what you're trying to achieve, and moving Manchester United closer to competing at the very top?
Of course, you take one step at a time, and that's one of the goals we've set us, that we move into that top four, and if we do so, we want to stay there and improve on that. Of course, it's been fantastic the last 2 months now with the points we've got. So consistency now is the key word, that we keep on improving, keep on winning games, but winning games in a better way than, say, the Leicester one. I felt we hung on. I felt it was one of them good. It was good enough, but good enough we shouldn't just be happy with just good enough. We want to improve, and games like this, Fulham now coming up, is a character revealer, really. It reveals, do we have the focus on what's important, which is always the next game in football, and can we forget about PSG and all the games coming up? Because I know the focus around the place has been, and in the media, has been about the PSG game for a long time, Chelsea, Liverpool, but they're not the games that will move us up the table. They're the other games.
Ole Matic told me yesterday that he feels this side can challenge for the title next season. I think Jesse Lingard said a similar thing this week. Do you think you're bringing the belief back into this squad?
Well, I hope so, that they believe that they can do that, because that's one of the first things. You've got to have you cannot outperform your ego. I think that's one of them mantles, that you have to trust yourself and believe in yourself. But that does also mean you've got to make a decision yourself. If you want to be a champion, if you want to win, that means a lot in how you prepare for every single game, how we as a team demand of each other, that we demand that we focus on what we do every single day in training, every single game. It's not about Liverpool in 2 weeks or 3 weeks' time. It's now Fulham, one game at a time, but every single day prepare as best as you can for that one, and that's great. I love to hear players thinking that, but that also means a decision.
At Leicester, Ranieri created one of the best moments in Premier League history. He's clearly got the credentials to keep Fulham up, but it's a difficult job, isn't it?
Well, I don't know how. I don't know the ins and outs of the situation at Fulham, but what he did at Leicester just shows you what capabilities he's got as a manager. That must be the best achievement ever of a team to win that league. It must have been the best. Oh yeah, I don't know the word now, but the team spirit, the effort, what I'm talking about just before that, they believed in themselves. So he is someone that I've looked up to, admired. You read books, you look for sessions, and so I know we're going to come up against a manager and a team that, first of all, the counter-attacking football that he's always been a standard in his teams. I've copied a couple of his sessions, actually.
Ole,
Yep.
Later on today you could be named the manager of the month, but whether or not you get the prize, how proud are you of what you, your team and the players have achieved together for the last 7 weeks?
It's been 7 weeks of it's been a great achievement, and the team deserves every single credit in that respect, because they've done it. It's the players, of course, but I don't look back at being proud of this or being proud of that. I've never been that way. I've always looked forward and never sat down before a chapter is finished, really, to be proud of something. Yeah, you reflect, but I've never said, well done. Maybe I should do more often, but that's just me.
In terms of like new contracts, Fellaini going out, are you putting your stamp on this? Does this feel more yours than it did 6 weeks ago?
Well, every day I feel it's that I do help the club, do put a little bit of my stamp on it, yes, but decisions, sometimes decisions of players' futures, they're not down to me either. It's the players. Do they want to stay? Do they want to move on? Do they want something else? But we have a vision and a picture and of how we want to look in a few years, and of course that we have to think long term, but also short term. So I've got a picture of how I think this Man United team will look in a couple of years. I don't know if it's with me, but I always put my views across to Ed and the ones in the club. Has
that vision changed since you arrived?
Not really, because I've supported Man United. I've followed Man United for many years now since I've gone back home, and I did have a clear view on what I thought my opinion would be. Of course, you get a different view of some of the players. He's impressed me. He's got some way to go, but we're not too far away from what I thought when I came.
In terms of what the team looks like for the rest of the season, you obviously said Antonio Valencia was remaining club captain, but he's only appeared once under you so far. I know fitness has been an issue, but he seems concerned about playing at the Copa America this summer, not having enough game time. Will he get that game time between now and the end of the season, and how is he now?
Well, hopefully he'll recover, because he's been training hard, really hard, and then he got a setback. So hopefully in a couple of weeks he'll be back with us. He's been a fantastic servant at the club. He's captain for a reason, and hopefully we can get him back on the pitch, of course. But it's not, you know. It was hard when he broke down, like he got that, because he would have travelled now this weekend.
I mean, just a word about you being part of a team. You're part of your own team now that you've kind of set up. Michael Carrick was already here, obviously Kieran McKenna, Mick Phelan you brought back in, and obviously Mark Dempsey that's been with you a long time. How does the dynamic work? You see Michael in the technical area a lot, Kieran sat next to you, and how does it all kind of work out between a lot? Who has the different roles and what are they?
Ah, well, we are different ages, we are different in what our, how do you say, what we're good at. We complement each other really well. Kieran and Michael, with their energy, the hours and hours they spend on planning the sessions, doing the sessions, working with individuals. Fantastic. Demps, of course, he's come in later on, but he's fitting into this team. Emilio's he's worked with David so many years. So we're a good group. We bounce off each other. Opinions are being thrown about in that office, and in the end, I'm the lucky one that has to make a decision on who to leave out or to play. I always look at it as these are the 11 I can choose to give them the chance instead of leaving players out, because that's hard. So, but we do complement each other really well, and reminds me of me, Kieran and Michael, when I was younger. You know, the hours they spend is fantastic. They're looking at new ideas, and listening to Mike and Dems, for example, for their views, because they've got a bit more experience.